Guys, welcome to Let's Chat with Lundyn. I am your host, Lundyn Brown, your Matamoros, Mexico surgery guide and host to recovery. I'm also the owner of Exquisite Dollhouse, Texas, which is a luxury post-op recovery home, and I'm located 10 minutes from the Matamoros, Mexico border. Now, if this is your first time joining me, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining. My goal is to bring content to the show that will keep you informed and hopefully help you navigate your journey. Because surgery is a tough thing. If you think my content is helpful, please subscribe and share the show with others who may be considering cosmetic surgery. So we don't have a lot of time. I try to cram a lot real quick into everything. So let's get started. Now, let's say you're planning to have cosmetic surgery. Okay, well, there are many benefits to going out of the country, contrary to what you might hear and what you might believe. Two of the biggest is cost and BMI. Two top reasons for everybody that's going out of the country, especially BMI, because the states have you at a specific BMI, and you figure, like, if I can get to that BMI, I really wouldn't need cosmetic surgery. All right, so let's go. Now, even though it's not bad, it is always essential, no matter where you are, to do your research on any of the surgeons, especially if going out of the country, because picking the right one is the most important decision that you're ever going to make, really. And a few episodes back, actually, I did a show on some of the most popular surgeons. Now, keep in mind, there are many new ones that are popping up, so I'll try and update that show again. Let's roll on right into our first segment, which is Chatter Tuck, right? This is all of the gossip, all of the drama, everything that you're going to see in the groups, anything regarding surgery. Now, I'm going to tell you, you have to be able to weed out an actual review from drama, because there are so many people that have never even had surgery in Matamoros, don't intend to have surgery in Matamoros, probably don't intend to have surgery at all, but they keep up a lot of drama. Now, let's see. So I was writing the show, getting ready for the show, outlining the show, and then I saw an accusation in one of the big groups that I thought to myself, I'm going to bring this to the show because this was very alarming. There's an allegation that coordinators are promoting doctors with photos that are of women who have never even had surgery with that physician, which is very deceitful practices. Let me give you an example. A coordinator that's coordinating for Dr. B is using photos from some other coordinator's doctor, Dr. A, and passing them off as their own in an effort to get women to book. That is very deceitful, and you got to be very careful of that. I don't know why one would want to share photos. Well, I guess it is sales, but that is just so, that's like, I don't know, it's like going to the car lot, buying a car. They don't, it looks good on the outside. They're promoting it, but when you get it, it's burnt up on the inside. You know what I'm saying? It's very deceitful. Recently, Dr. Chavez's coordinator, Liz, made a claim that a coordinator was utilizing her photos and insinuating that Dr. Hernandez, which is the doctor that this coordinator was representing, and I understand that this coordinator works under Body by Doctor, also known as BBD, saying that Dr. Hernandez did this work, when in fact he did not. Now, if you don't know the background of Body by Doctor, also known as BBD, is run by Ashley Valencia, and she's not new to the smoke of drama. Unfortunately, most of the comments or any type of complaints that are seen in the bigger groups are complaints of interactions with Ashley, with girls that either booked with BBD or inquired about booking. There are allegations of racism by her calling black girls monkeys or fat shaming and more. I don't know, right? Because I know there's drama with BBD, but I also know there's a BBD hate group. But one thing I'm not going to do is try to be the judge. I just report and, stay out of it. I tried to mediate both groups. Just did not work. This drama is so beyond me. Normally the drama is always surrounded by Body by Doctor or Sugar Dolls, which is Dre Garcia's group and her sister Karen. You don't know who Dre Garcia is, go back to a couple episodes. I kind of spoke about her. But lately, Sugar Dolls, Dre Garcia's group, which is Sugar Dolls, has not been visible to any drama. So it's just Body by Doctor right now that's on a hot seat. Now, personally, I don't have any issue with Body by Doctor or Ashley, but I don't have any issues with anybody. It's very hard to have an issue with me because I don't really get into that type of stuff. See, most of the stuff out here is money driven because that's how they survive, which is very, very different for me because it's not how I survive. I give away more than I make. That house down there, I got several businesses, so I give away more than I make. I make because I love what I do. I want to make sure women are taken care of and get what they need during surgery. And I know that is a sticky situation. But, I feel like this is kind of what God has called me for, and I'm just walking in my calling. Now, recently there was a little bit of incident. So Ashley did post a list of recovery homes, and we weren't listed, which is Exquisite Dollhouse. And I asked her why we weren't listed, and we're one of the biggest recovery homes in Brownsville, and she said, "Not in my book, hon." But I just laughed. That's it. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't bother me. That's her. That's her opinion. What can you do about one's opinion? Now, if in fact the allegations are true, and there are many, many, many women that have said it, that this is how the response is, the business is, how she's calling people monkey, then I ask you, why do you do business with her? If this girl is doing what everybody say, then why keep going to her? If somebody was doing that to me, I don't care who they represent. That doctor would not be getting my business. But I'm not going to waste my time talking about them. I'm not going to bash them. I just don't have time. Now, if another woman asks me, will I notify them? Absolutely. So there's that. Um, it's kind of like survival of the fittest out there. It's crazy. I do know that not all the time I'm not the most liked. Most of the time, actually, 80% of the time. But that's because I work for the women. So I can't be bought. You can't buy me. First of all, you don't have enough money to buy me. I probably make what you make, if not more. So you can't buy me. My truth is my truth. If I hear something about a doctor, a coordinator, or anything like that, and a woman asks me, "Hey, what have you heard?" I'm going to share that information. It is not to bash anybody, it's to educate solely. And I always tell them, this is what I heard, this is what I've seen. Do your research, because I want women to be safe. My thought process is not everybody else's thought process, I assure you. It's not, I'm not trying to get back at anybody, nothing like that. If you ever hear anything negative, it is somebody else's experience that have shared it. And women, they trust me, and I give them that. And that's why they trust me, and I'm not going to break that trust for anybody. So, that's what it is. Lately, though, the talk of the town has been Dr. Goulian. Now, usually I see a review here or there. I might understand, because in cosmetic surgery, there is sure to be some type of complication, especially when you're operating on hundreds of girls. So I kind of take some with a grain of salt. But when I keep seeing the same type of review, then it becomes alarming. So lately, there's been allegations of botching and infections with him, and the girls are sharing it. And I looked at the girls, and it's like at least 3 different girls that's sharing a similar experience. So, I try to keep a close eye on it. It used to be Ledesma's name that's in the group, Dre Ledesma from Body by Doctor, with the infections and botches, but now Dr. Gillian's name is taking precedence. So, I just say that several girls do not tell the same lie. They don't. If I keep hearing something, there has to be truth behind it somewhere. So if you're thinking about choosing that surgeon, just make sure you reach out to the women that have had surgery with him, ask about their experience, their healing process, everything, not the coordinators. Talk to the women that have had the surgery, and make sure you do your research. Understand this, not everybody's experience are going to be the same. With every surgeon, you're going to get the bad, you're going to get the good. It's up to you to make your own decision after you hear everything weighed in, and then go with that. All right. But I'm here if you have any questions. Let's roll around into wasted. So we're going to talk about what to wear after surgery. My number one thing that I see is people, they want to have surgery. They do not want to wear the fajas. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week post-op, they're outside of your fajas. Fajas help you with your results. If you do not want to wear your faja, you might as well not even pay for that surgery. Because in your mind, you may be thinking, oh, this is what it is. No, your body could be so much better if you would wear your compression garments. Stop sitting on your butt, despite what people say. Take your BBL pillow and sit on your pillow. For your fajas, you should wear your fajas at a minimum of 90 days. I don't care what anybody says. Fajas help with compression and sculpting. And there are different levels to faja. There's a first one, stage 1, then there's a stage 2. You're going to have years to show your body. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. Wear your compression garments. It helps with the swelling, the sculpting. You just come out so much better. Okay? I hear a lot of people saying their tummy tucks incisions are open. It's probably bursting from swelling because you don't want to compress. Is this thing always comfortable? No. I always have I wear my ab board every single day. And if I get too, let's say I get too swollen because you really should not even be eating salt. Well, let's say I'm doing something I'm not supposed to. I will even put my foams back in. So I have foams in the back, foams on the side, my thigh, and my ab board. I live in hot weather. It's hot here. So, wear your fajas. Stop taking them off. There's no need. Wear your fajas. Do the work. You're going to have your whole life to show your results. All right, let's roll into best augmentation. So there was some questions or kind of feedback from the audience on what to look for. So the first thing you need to know is you need to check your labs at a minimum of 30 days before surgery. The worst thing you could do is get down there, pay your money, book your recovery home, book your flights, and you can't get surgery. You need to know what your levels for everything are. Find out what your doctor's requirements are. You can find out this information through the coordinators. So if you have a coordinator, ask them, what do my labs need to look like? If you do it at least 30 days out, you'll have time to work on them. If you could do it maybe a couple times, do it. Get your labs, work on your arm, work on your A1C, work on all of your cholesterol, work on that stuff so that you're healthy enough to have the surgery. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the right doctors are not going to do that work if you're not healthy enough to have the surgery. So make sure you're doing that. Get your labs, get it checked. Okay. You need to make sure. And that's also what I see a lot too is the biggest thing is that people get down there, they can't have surgery because either they didn't check their labs in time or they did and they just didn't know how to read it. So when you get your labs, there is a lot of people that's knowledgeable. A lot of us out there are knowledgeable on how to read labs and what to look for. But more importantly, your surgeon and your coordinator can look at your labs and say, yes, there go, or here's what you need to work on, and you have time to work on it. All right. Again, we are here. If you have any questions, I'm here. Reach out to me. We're going to go ahead and roll into Info 360. Now, okay. I started out saying doing the work. So number one thing is surgery is not a miracle pill. It's meant to get you started. You still have to do the work to maintain. If you're not willing to do the work, then maybe this isn't the right time. Perhaps you should just wait until you're willing to do the work. You can't have surgery and eat recklessly. You got to at least devote some time to working out. Oh, I don't want to work out. Work out. It's not that. Put some cardio somewhere in there. Do some walking, something at least 3 times a week. Don't have a lazy type of lifestyle binge eating because you're just going to be right back. It's meant to get you started. You got to do the work to maintain. And you got to do the work if you want the results. And then backtracking before you go and traveling out of town, I say this all the time. When you travel to Mexico by land, you do not need a passport. You can cross with your original birth certificate and your driver's license. But do not attempt to cross with a warrant or drugs. Because if you do, you may be pulled over to do a search. And if that's the case, you're going to end up in jail. 2 things. If you get pulled over going there with something you ain't got, you're going to end up in Mexico jail. If you get pulled over coming back with something you ain't got, you're going to Texas jail. But you're going to jail. So don't even risk it. I know a lot of people are smokers. If you can't even stop smoking for a little bit to get your surgery, it may not be time for you. Think about that. So I'm not going to risk my life taking no marijuana down there for surgery. That's just me. I'm not judging you. So keep that in mind. They do run your name. I can tell you right now, coming back into the States. They don't run it going over there to Mexico, but they will check you for drugs. Just recently, not too long ago, a very young lady, young, like I want to say young, maybe not even in their 30s, was taken to jail, got pulled over quite a bit of drugs in her truck, and she is going to jail. And I don't know if she's getting out anytime soon. So don't risk it, guys. It's just not worth it. All right, and then we're running out of time, so we're just going to roll into our BBLs, our Brazilian business lifts. So shout out to Extraordinary Designs. It is a woman-owned custom jewelry, clothes, and more business. I'm telling you, I got a gorgeous bracelet. She started making it. She showed it to me. It's so gorgeous. It is better than Pandora, and it has designer charms. So woohoo, make sure you check her out. Extraordinary Designs. That's EXTRA underscore ordinary designs. That's her Instagram. I love it. You're gonna love it. And then of course, I'm gonna shout out Wasted Goddess. That's my faja collection. I have fajas, waist trainers, very high quality fajas, legging shorts, legging pants. Like you got the leggings looking. And I mean, when I tell you, booty looking good in them leggings and them shorts, what everything. You got to check it out. You can find out more on my website, www.exquisitedollhouse.com. Listen, guys, we are out of time, but thank you guys so much for joining me at Let's Chat with Lundyn. I'm looking forward to the next show. If there's anything you want me to cover, reach out and let me know. I'll make sure and get the content in. Again, if you feel like this is helpful, please, please, please subscribe and then share with other women. It has been my pleasure to bring you this show. Again, I'm Lundyn Brown, your Matamoros Mexico surgery guide, and I will see you next time.